Coming up, a Valley School District is working on combating childhood obesity. Those details ahead. Plus, some safety tips to keep kids safe in water this summer. And an Edinburg library is working on a new artwork project. What to expect in minutes. KVAQ-TV starts now. Hey there, Vaqueros. Welcome back to this semester's final spring edition of KVAQ-TV. I'm Brianna Garcia, and at the top of the hour, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 20% of children suffer from obesity. Amada, what are some of the dangers of childhood obesity, and what can parents do to help prevent it?
Brianna, a balanced diet, staying active, and drinking lots of water are some of the things a local nutritionist in McAllen recommends to prevent obesity and other diseases like diabetes in children. McAllen ISD has implemented programs such as the Healthy Hunger Free to help promote staying active and decrease the number of children with obesity. This program offers students nutritious food like whole grain pasta, low-fat milk, vegetables, and fruit. Director of Child Nutrition for McAllen ISD, Alexandra Molina, mentions that their primary goal is to offer their students at least 2 meals per day that are filled with nutrients like fibers and vitamins.
I want to make sure that kids have the nutrition that they need, that they're learning about portion sizes, that they're being introduced to fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. Anecdotal data will show us that kids are consuming more fruits and vegetables in our programs. And we know that those are low calorie and high fiber and high vitamin.
According to a local nutritionist, obesity, if not treated properly, can lead children to develop further illnesses like type 1 diabetes. Dietitian at PR Nutrition Consulting, Peggy Ramon, expresses the importance of children learning to eat a balanced meal.
We should really encourage them to learn how to eat balanced and to understand that every food group is important. Our carbohydrates gives us the energy. Our protein gives us our strength, increases our immunity, right? Fruits, vegetables, tons of vitamins and minerals.
Ramon also includes some tips for parents to encourage their children to stay active.
Getting out there and being involved with them and being active with them, right? Going for walks, going outside and going to the playground, right? Playing a sport with them is going to be really encouraging.
Dr. Ramon recommends taking your child to a pediatrician at least once a year for checkups on health and weight. You can also visit myplate.gov for questions about food proportions for your child. For KVAQ-TV, Amada Valdovinos.
As summer approaches, more kids may want to take a splash in a pool to cool down. Here's Karen Lucero with drowning prevention tips to keep your children safe.
Brianna, according to the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services website, there has been a total of 12 drownings in the state of Texas this year and is considered the leading cause of accidental deaths for children under 5. Swimming schools like Aquatots in Brownsville is helping teach children the skills needed to prevent fatal drowning incidents. General Manager for Aquatots, Andrea Duarte, says they offer swimming lessons starting at 4 months old in hopes of decreasing the number of drownings.
It is a life skill, and it happens a lot where kids, they drown. So it's just easier to prepare them. That way they feel comfortable in the water and they're not scared of it.
Executive Director of the Rio Grande Valley Red Cross, David Luna, says a parent or adult should always be present when children are in the water.
Always watch your children. Always. You can't let any sort of distraction throw you off, because it won't take but just a split second for someone to fall in the water and something bad could happen.
Luna also mentions pools should have a secured fence around where children cannot get in on their own. Media specialist for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, John Lennon, says parents should also take the preventative measures of keeping pools clean to avoid accidents.
We also need to make sure that we maintain a pool so that the water's clear enough that you can see if there's a child missing in the water.
Lennon says if we can't see them, we can't save them. He also mentions parents are encouraged to utilize floaties and life jackets for kids, but recommends they use U.S. Coast Guard certified flotation devices. For more information on water safety or tips on drowning prevention, you may visit redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Reporting for KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Karen Lucero.
If you're looking to check out some new artwork, the Dustin Michael Sekula Memorial Library is showcasing iconography. Linda Chapman is in Edinburg to show us a few things.
Printed Pueblos and Personas de Pura Cultura will have 7 artists showcasing colorful insights about Latin culture through traditional and digital artwork. The art exhibit will feature a variety of print practices such as dry point etching and screen printing. Assistant Director of Edinburgh Cultural Arts, Magdiel Castle, says the city will have more opportunities for local artists to participate in group exhibits.
So we might be able to serve anywhere from like 20 to 50 artists per year instead of 6.
Castle says he makes sure that all artwork is consistent with the theme for the exhibit. Local printmaker Jesse Burciega says you either love or hate printmaking, but at the end of the day, you will learn patience. Most of his work involves Mexican-American themes, usually consisting of lucha libre, as he is a big fan of the wrestler.
I like the mythology on the back of the idea of a lucha libre, which is a combination of theater and sports, and it's rooted into the Mexican culture.
Freelance graphic designer and artist Michelle Flores Tavison expresses a feeling of not belonging in either country, living with one foot in Mexico and the other in the US. She says a former art teacher inspired her to make borderline political art and explore personal topics in her work.
So I started doing like immigration related pieces, but then eventually like move on to other topics like self-identity, feminism, other like topics like that.
Davison says she is still in the journey of finding her style and would like to explore different topics and interpret them through her art. To participate in future exhibits, you can send a request to the Cultural Arts Office at edinburghart.com/getinvolved. Reporting for KVAQ-TV in Edinburg, Linda Chapman.
La Corporación de Desarrollo Económico de Edinburg colaborará con diversas organizaciones para proporcionar un taller educacional. Nuestra reportera Jennifer Cáceres con más información.
Así es, Brianna. En el año 2020, la ciudad de Edinburg, en colaboración con la EEDC, implementó el programa de estímulo dirigido a la recuperación del COVID, Spark, ayudando a negocios locales a mantenerse en el mercado. Este año, como consecuencia de la finalización del programa, se brindarán talleres educacionales. El objetivo de las sesiones informativas es enseñar a las empresas los principios y conceptos clave para una planificación empresarial efectiva. Directora de Desarrollo Económico Blanca Dávila explica que las empresas podrán lograr sus metas después de analizar y recalcular sus estrategias.
Invitamos a diferentes organizaciones para que también, si tienen preguntas, puedan preguntarles como no entiendo mucho esto, ¿me puedes ayudar un poquito más? Y si quieren hacer una cita para elaborar más el business plan, pueden hacer la cita ahí en ese mismo workshop.
El Centro de Desarrollo de Pequeñas Empresas de UTRGV es una de las organizaciones que se sumarán a esta colaboración con la finalidad de incrementar la información para los propietarios de negocios. Asesora empresarial Maribel Mata nos resume algunos de los servicios que se estarán proporcionando.
Ofrecemos una cantidad de servicios, entrenamientos. Tal vez necesitan armar un plan de negocios porque vayan a pedir algún tipo de préstamo o simplemente quieren un plan de negocios para mejor posicionarse, así como piensan en lanzar sus negocios respectivos.
Este evento se llevará a cabo el próximo martes 10 de mayo a las 2 de la tarde en el Centro de Conferencias de Edinburg en Renaissance. Para más información puede visitar su página de Facebook, Edinburg Economic Development Corporation. Para KVAQ-TV en Edinburg, Jennifer Cáceres.
And now for sports news. The UTRGV men's baseball team had one of its biggest games of the season. Here's our reporter, Jessica Amaya, with more.
Thank you, Brianna. The UTRGV men's baseball team played in a sold-out crowd of more than 6,000 against number 6 Texas last Tuesday. Texas defeated the Vaqueros 7-2 at the UTRGV Baseball Stadium. The Longhorns scored their first run of the game to take a 1-0 lead at the top of the second. In the fourth inning, Texas scored 4 more runs. Poor pitching by the UTRGV allowed the Longhorns to load all the bases. Texas Douglas Hodo III drove in a run before an error by UTRGV, giving the Longhorns a second run in the fourth. Longhorn Ivan Melendez then hit a 2-run single to make it 5-0. UTRGV's Diego Ramirez hit an RBI single in the 6th to get the Vaqueros on the board. In the 8th inning, Longhorn Austin Todd hit a fly ball that was dropped by the Vaqueros, which allowed Texas to score another run. Melendez then hit an RBI single to make the score 7-1. The final run for UTRGV came from a wild pitch from the Longhorns in the 9th. The Vaqueros head coach shares many errors were made during the game.
We're a better team than that. We didn't play very good on defense, didn't throw enough strikes, and we faced some really good arms.
On the Longhorn side, the Texas head coach David Pierce marked his 400th career win.
It starts with what's happening on the mound, and Zane Morehouse was outstanding all night. And I thought our other guys that followed him pitched really well. We got some clutch hits in the 4th there, and we're able to tack on. But just a really complete game for us tonight.
UTRGV infielder Isaac Lopez shares his thoughts on the game.
It's huge because the competition we see right now with Texas is undeniably better, and it'll help us, so the game will come slower, I think, for us. But we're dogs, and we're going to fight no matter who they put in front of us, no matter who we play, what time we play. We'll grind it out.
For the first time in 51 years, the Longhorns traveled to the Rio Grande Valley to face the men's baseball team. The game drew a record-breaking crowd of 6,418, including UTRGV student Jacqueline Peraza.
My valley, my Ford, Hacienda boy. In the number 7 spot, left field.
I think it's really exciting to see that there's so many people out here supporting. I think it's really cool that we've established such a great community over the past, since UTRGV was founded, and I think this is a really good example of that.
Edith Faltine, who is from the Rio Grande Valley, came to the game to watch her son, Longhorn Trey Faltine, play against UTRGV.
I think this is great for the Valley. I mean, as a Valley native, I love this. I love that the Valley gets this opportunity to have UT come down and after so many years and have this crowd show up. It's phenomenal. I think it's great for the game.
That is all for today's sports news. The UTRGV men's baseball team is playing against UTSA at 6 p.m. in San Antonio this Tuesday. Reporting for KVAQ-TV in Edinburg, Jessica Maya. Back to you.
Thanks, Jessica. This is our last spring newscast of the semester. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you again in the fall. For KVAQ-TV, I'm Brianna Garcia. Stay safe, vaqueros.